On this 2020 to 2025 F250 with the 7.3 gas engine, P0521 points to an engine oil pressure sensor or switch circuit range and performance concern. In plain terms, the PCM may be seeing an oil pressure signal that does not behave the way it expects. The driver may notice an oil pressure warning or an oil pressure gauge concern, and the broad fault areas can include the oil pressure sensor signal path, communication between modules, the PCM, the gateway, or the cluster. Treat this as a technician-level diagnostic, and if other codes are present, check what they mean first so you do not chase a symptom that is being caused somewhere else. For the oil pressure gauge, the cluster depends on an oil pressure warning indicator request from the PCM. If that request is missing for less than 5 seconds, the cluster holds the last gauge indication it received. If the cluster does not receive that request for 5 seconds or longer, it defaults the engine oil pressure gauge to 0 psi. That matters because a gauge at 0 psi can be a communication or request problem, not just a sensor or mechanical oil pressure conclusion by itself. For PCM P0521, 00, the diagnostic path routes to pinpoint test AQ. That is the correct starting point for this target code. If the complaint is that the low engine oil pressure warning indicator is never displayed or is always displayed, that symptom path also lands on the same AQ testing route. There is also a path where this oil pressure code can be recorded during a PCM key on, engine off self-test while working through the warning indicator diagnosis. On this gas engine, stay with the engine oil pressure warning indicator diagnostic path. Do not mix in unrelated code paths or diesel-specific handling while diagnosing this 7.3 gas truck. The diagnostic routing gets us to pinpoint test AQ, but the actual AQ checks, branch outcomes, connector checks, measurements, and repair decisions are not available in this path. So the safe move is to stop at the routing decision, get the complete AQ procedure in front of you, and avoid guessing at sensor replacement, wiring calls, or PCM conclusions without the specified checks. After the proper pinpoint testing and any supported repair are completed, keep verification separate from the testing path. Reproduce the operating conditions as closely as you can, watch the warning and gauge behavior, and confirm P0521 stays gone. The takeaway is simple. P0521 routes to the oil pressure warning and sensor performance pinpoint path, but this information only gets us to pinpoint test AQ. Do not turn that routing step into a parts call. Follow the complete AQ test, verify the repair, and confirm the code stays gone. For more diagnostic training, visit stepdiagnostics.com.